kept waiting for them to change, while they kept showing you who they really were. And deep down, you knew it. You knew the inconsistency wasn't temporary. You knew the effort was fading. You knew the connection felt different. But you stayed, because accepting the truth felt more painful than holding on to hope. So instead of seeing reality, you focused on potential, who they could become, how things used to feel, what the relationship might become someday. But someday never came. And that's what broke you. Not the ending, but the waiting. Waiting for effort, waiting for consistency, waiting for someone to finally become who they promised to be. But promises mean nothing without actions, and actions always reveal the truth. That's why no matter what they said, you still felt anxious, because your body noticed what your heart was trying to ignore: the emotional distance, the lack of effort, the inconsistency. And inconsistency creates emotional confusion. One day they care, the next day they disappear. One moment they make you feel important, the next moment you feel invisible. And that emotional roller coaster became addictive, because every small moment of attention felt like relief. That's why you stayed longer than you should have. Not because you were weak, but because your emotions became attached to temporary moments of hope. And hope can blind people. It convinces you to ignore patterns, ignore red flags, ignore reality, because you want the story to work so badly. But real love doesn't require constant convincing. It doesn't make you question your worth every day. It doesn't leave you emotionally exhausted. And if it does, then it's not love you're holding on to. It's attachment. Attachment to who they used to be. Attachment to what you imagined. Attachment to the idea that things will eventually change. But people only change when they truly want to. Not because you stayed loyal. Not because you gave more love. Not because you sacrificed yourself. And that's the painful truth you finally had to learn. You cannot love someone into becoming better for you, no matter how patient you are, no matter how understanding you become, because effort has to come from them. And if it never does, then staying only destroys you slowly. That's exactly what happened. You became emotionally drained, tired of overthinking, tired of waiting, tired of feeling unwanted while pretending everything was okay. And eventually, something inside you changed. You stopped believing their words and started paying attention to patterns. And patterns never lie. You noticed how little they actually fought for you, how easily they ignored your feelings, how comfortable they became with giving the bare minimum. And suddenly, everything became clear. You weren't waiting for them to change. You were waiting for them to become someone they never truly were. And that realization hurts deeply, because now you understand all the time you wasted, all the energy you gave, all the pieces of yourself you sacrificed trying to save something one-sided. But clarity is painful before it becomes freeing. Because once you finally see reality, you stop romanticizing potential. You stop falling in love with maybe. You stop chasing future versions of people. And instead, you start accepting people for exactly who they are right now, not who they promised to become. And that changes everything. Because now, you walk away sooner. You stop tolerating inconsistency. You stop begging for effort. You stop waiting for someone to finally treat you right. Because now you understand, if someone truly values you, you won't have to wait for them to act like it. And if you do, then they already gave you your answer.